Something that really devastated me as a person, as an athlete, and something that you would never want anybody to have to go through, especially an athlete. And it's something that I tried to talk about before. It was like I just couldn't get it out. Like I talked about it in front of the camera and I just didn't put it out. I wanted to publish it. I wanted to show people kind of what I was going through, because I've always been one of those guys that's like, you know, be authentic, show your weaknesses, you know, allow yourself to open up to other people and talk about your struggles. So, but something that happened to me this past year, 2020, it was really hard for me to talk about, and I ruptured my Achilles. I've always trained here in Tampa, especially with Yo Murphy, who's somebody that I look up to as a mentor, somebody that's always took my training to another level. As you can see, it's go, go, go. It's always been like, let's get this speed, because speed has always been a part of my game that I've always tried to, you know, get better, because I've always had the strength, but it was like the speed was always taking a step behind. And I know that's, you know, athletes are all different, but for me, it was always like, I need to continue to work on that fast twitch movement. That way there is no excuses, because a lot of times these organizations, these teams will find an excuse to say, okay, let's go get the next guy, which is understandable because it's a business. So for me, I didn't want the speed to be an excuse.
He's a guy that is going to work. He's a guy that's focused, very analytical, professional, a guy that if you give him what he needs, he's going to do it because he's truly vested in his own career. Right now we're in a power phase, upper and lower body, just, you know, total power. And you know, this isn't CrossFit. He's not trying to get better at working out. All of this is because he knows it's going to apply to his sport. He's my guy. He's a dude that I know I can count on. You know, outside of the training and sports, he's just a good dude.
We were doing a jump back, sprint forward drill. I had gotten real loose that day. We started working on a few things, and then we get to this jump back, sprint forward drill. And I did it a couple times, felt great, didn't feel anything. And then all of a sudden, obviously the last one that I did, it was probably the fifth or sixth one, I had jumped back, planted with my right foot to sprint forward. And as soon as I planted, pop. And then I don't remember hearing the pop right away, but I remember feeling like, okay, I slipped and I can't push off. And I hit the ground immediately, fell to the ground. And it was one of those ones where I looked back in it because it felt like somebody kicked me. And I didn't know if somebody was around me during that time. There were some other guys working out, football players. But I looked back and I saw nobody. And I knew immediately just from hearing how that injury goes, as you think somebody kicked you or somebody tripped you. I saw nobody there and I knew, man, like I put my head down. I was like, man, this is going to be a year recovery, and I'm 33 years old. How is this gonna work? Me trying to play baseball when the game is getting so much younger, guys 19, 20 years old in the big leagues balling out, and I'm 33 trying to get that last opportunity. So for me, it was like immediate devastation, and realized that, you know, there's not much evidence of people not having the surgery. So it's pretty much, especially if I want to get back on the field as quick as possible and not want it to happen again, because that was my immediate thought, is like, how can I get on the field as fast as possible? And so just try to get the surgery done after talking to people and try to get that done as soon as possible. We had like a little vacation for July 4th. It was around that time, July 4th vacation with Jessica's family at the beach in Sarasota. And then right after that, I had the surgery. So enjoyed the beach for a few days, but then it was like, I knew I wasn't gonna be able to do anything. I was gonna be laid up for a couple of weeks. So I have some clips of me going into surgery and coming out of surgery. Going into surgery, I wasn't nervous or anything at all. I kind of just wanted to get done and be over with. You know, and then coming out of surgery, I remember feeling real sick. I think it was the anesthesia. Even Jess pulled over to the side of the road, I think, or we pulled over somewhere and I threw up out of the car on the way back home. So just wasn't feeling obviously the best, but like I said, the worst part was just being dependent on Jess, and just like I couldn't do anything. As a man, that's like the worst feeling, is like not being able to do anything for your family. So that was extremely emotional time, to say the least. But I'm so thankful for Jess, just sticking with me and understanding that it was going to be a tough time. It was going to be a tough period. So she had the patience, handled the kids great, did everything as normal as possible, and then was just there for me all the time. So I'm so thankful for that. I'm in a cast. I just had surgery on Tuesday, and today is the 19th. I had surgery the 14th. Yeah, Tuesday the 14th of July. Today's the 19th, my mom's birthday. Happy birthday, Mom. Shout out. But yeah, so I'm sweating because I've been hopping around on one foot. I do have the crutches, but I got the stairs, as you can see. So hard to get the crutches coming down the stairs. Man, it's been weird these last 5 days, because had the surgery, was on the pills as an athlete, and I think especially in today's world, it's important to be transparent, because a lot of people think that they know what a professional athlete is, or what they do, what they go through, their lifestyle. But a lot of times they just see the lights, the camera, the action, the jersey, the number on the back, all the good highlights, but there's some tough times that come with it. I'm 32 years old. I was looking to sign with a team as a free agent. I've had some successful years in the past and looking to sign. So when this happened, it was a major blow. This last week has been tough. This first week has been tough. Haven't been able to do a lot of the same stuff with the kids. I love throwing them around, chasing them. Man, I've been laid up just with the foot up. I remember like wanting to get it off my chest, but at the same time not wanting to tell anybody, because I didn't want it to be an excuse for me, moving forward as an athlete. Like, oh man, I have this thing bothering me, and I'm trying to continue to play. Like I never wanted to make an excuse, so I just tried to keep grinding. I started working out like even a couple of days after the surgery. After I stopped taking the medications, I wanted to get back to working out. I was working out in my garage, doing as much as I could, like upper body stuff, no lower body stuff, but all upper body stuff. Doing stuff back to 100%, and then you got to make sure it doesn't happen again. So take you guys along that road. It's gonna be a long one, but with faith, with a good support system, my determination, motivation, I know that everything's gonna be all right. So it was like once I got over those few days of like feeling sorry for myself and upset and had the medications like jumble in my brain and stuff, it was like, no, let's get back to work. And that's what kind of pushed me too, is like, I don't want to use this as an excuse. Like, I still have extraordinary athletes going. I have an opportunity to do media. I have opportunities with MLB Network, Sirius XM. So I wanted to be able to say, okay, this isn't going to be an excuse. Let me go in harder on the things that I know I can control outside of the game. And that's kind of my message to athletes too, is like, you never know when anything is going to happen. So always be prepared. Like, always be prepared for what's next. Always have an idea as to what you might want to do, or start trying to figure those things out, because this was my time to just go hard at it. And I didn't want coronavirus. I didn't want, not having the ability to drive for a while, not having the ability to work out, not having the ability to hang out with my kids and do the same things as I normally do. I didn't want those to be excuses. I wanted to just figure out a way. Just my final thoughts, and like, I wanted to get this out there. Obviously, just put out a retirement video, a 1 minute thing, real short, nothing crazy, but I just wanted to get out there that, like, I know the best is ahead of me. And injury isn't going to stop me from moving on and doing what I know is going to be great in the rest of my life. So I put out that video. You can check that out. I think we can clip that in here too. But it was almost like in the last message at the end of the video is baseball is just the beginning. Like, baseball has only been 3 years of my 9-inning life. Like, what am I gonna do with those next 6 innings? And I feel like those are the most important innings. I have to be thankful. I'm thankful to God for opening my eyes and understanding, like, okay, what's next? Like, what do you do if you're an athlete and you get hurt? And like, are you able to figure out and organize your thoughts to where you figure out what you can do? Are you able to build a foundation and say, okay, this is where I'm going to start from. This is where I like to see the end goal. This is what I can do in between. Because nothing is promised to us, right? So that was, like everybody, a tough 2020, but I'm excited for this 2021 and excited to keep encouraging people, excited to keep building content that allows people to understand that you have a platform, you have an influence, and I'm thankful for my family because they've been able to allow me to do this stuff and just plan on taking it to the next level. So appreciate you guys checking out the YouTube, checking out all the videos, all the content I'm putting out there. It's gonna keep coming. It's gonna come at a better level. And yeah, man, just it's just the beginning.